Zone Podcast. I'm your host, Steve. This is my co host, Kenny, and we hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm still stuffed off that turkey. On today's episode, we got the Week 14 matchups. We're going to start off with the Green Bay Packers versus the Detroit Lions. And boy, that's a Thursday night game, and that is a doozy for you. This is a really good game. Battle for the North. We're supposed to be in that. Apparently, we're not. But yeah.
No,
But yeah,
Battle Utah.
um, I got Detroit winning on this one. Uh, they're on a revenge tour this year, man. Uh, Goff looks good. If the Packers want to win, if the Packers want to stay in the game, they got to just stop that run game because that dual threat, Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery is whoo. That backfield never gets tired, man. That thing is no joke. I'm surprised the Bears held them to 23 points with the issues we're having up front. But yeah,
Yeah, lucky
Jordan
y'all
Love.
lost.
Yeah, we did lose. Jordan Love looks good. The Packers do need a win here to win the seed, like second seed or first seed, because they already lost to Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but yeah, what's your thoughts on this one?
Detroit's obviously the better team right now. I think they play kind of similar though. I mean, it's kind of under center, misdirection. But I think Detroit should win this game. Green Bay needs to win the game. I think because it's like I'm thinking it's going to be three teams come out the North that are going to have like a legit chance to um, I guess compete for that wild card spot. That's going to be kind of interesting who gets that wild card spot. But I think Detroit's going to probably win the game. I see it being probably a close game, but I think Detroit is probably going to win it. But I think it's going to be a pretty close game, though.
Yeah, it will be a definitely be a close game on that one. Let's transfer over to the next game. We got the Dolphins and the Jets. Jets are away. Miami's at home. I say Miami's gonna win this one, man. That horrible loss that they had, they have to come bounce back off that. Like, that's crazy to me. The fact that Tua comes out and just disses his offensive coordinator the way he does is crazy to me. That's wild. You that's must see TV right there. It's crazy. Just the Miami
Look,
structure is bad. They need to stop letting that quarterback take hits and focus up.
well, if soap opera was a TV show in the NFL, you got both of these teams. I mean, we got Aaron Rodgers getting everybody fired,
Yeah.
trading for every player, getting everybody fired, and then you got Tua. He's calling out his coach. The Jets are awful. Like like you talking about one of the worst teams as far as expectations too in the NFL in recent memory. What I mean, if Aaron Rodgers has ever been more overrated in his life, it's right now,
Yeah.
and it just shows that just how great Tom Brady and Peyton Manning was. Like you think that Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers has only been to one Super Bowl, a piece. So two Super Bowls combined, those are great quarterbacks. And Brady's been to like I think 11, and Peyton Manning has been to four, and they won. Like I think Peyton Manning won two or something like that. So yeah, the matchup. I got the Dolphins winning it, but these are pretty bad teams right there. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Miami.
All right, let's move on to the next one. We got the Vikings and the Falcons. Boy, did I come into this season thinking these Vikings weren't gonna be nothing. Sam Darnold has changed my expectations on that. Um, and like I said, I'm a Bears fan. That's crazy for me to say. And now they picked up Daniel Jones. Uh,
Yeah,
that's that's a heater right there. Like if they could quarterback guru him back into you know what I mean, back into something. They might have a little quarterback there that could hold off. JJ McCarthy don't have to come in so early. He can learn under these two guys. Not really much that they could teach him. They're all pretty much in the same situation. Just McCarthy's got fresher legs. But the Falcons are looking really good. Kirk Cousins, former team, revenge game.
I don't see it. I mean, no, I actually got. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
No, no,
I'm gonna
you're
say
good.
the Falcons gonna actually win the game. But Kirk Cousins is what 500
Yeah,
with the
little.
Falcons. What 6-5, five and
They
six, something like that.
are 6-6. Yeah, they're dead
Yeah,
500.
that's underwhelming to me. That's underperforming for them. Uh, but that's a Kirk Cousins team, ain't it? Like
Yeah.
he's around 500, right? And like you said, this is uh, a revenge game. I guess you could say for the Vikings too. It's like, hey, we
Hmm.
got rid of you. We still got a better record. And Kirk Cousins is probably got to need. He needs to prove like, hey, um, y'all shouldn't have got rid of me. But at 6-6 right now, I think Minnesota made the right move. So what do you think? I've interrupted your pick there. So
No, yeah,
what do
and
you think about
I
that?
see the Vikings coming out with the upset. I mean, not the upset, obviously the better team, but I see
Hmm.
them upsetting the Falcons, putting them 6-8, 6-7, them advancing to 11-2. They're just
I
on
can
a
see
roll,
that.
man. They're on a roll. Like it's that playoff contingency with all three of these divisions is I mean all three of these teams in this division is gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a heated war.
And let me say though, like, I still don't trust him. I'm sorry. I just
That they don't have
it
a
was like
running they don't
Detroit.
have a running back. They
Well, it's just,
if you force
it was just
the
like Detroit
yeah,
though last year.
yeah,
Like I was like, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. And then like Detroit showed everybody, like, yeah, you should trust us, right? Okay, so in my opinion, like the Minnesota's that team this year. It's like
yeah, okay.
I don't trust them. So
Yeah, if you could shut down that passing game then I mean they've shown they can't really do anything. All right, so moving on to the next game we have the Saints and the Giants. I'll let you go ahead and open up with this one.
yeah, the Giants are probably like the worst team in the NFL right now.
I'd say
Another
for the
team
last
that's
2
got
years.
another team that's got everything going on in the media for the wrong reasons
Yep.
with coaching and ownership and general manager. I mean, just former players, current players. I mean, the team is just a mess right now. The Saints bit by the injury bug this year, but I do expect the Saints to win the game. I think Derek Carr is going to, play decent enough to where he's going to win the game. I think the Saints have a little bit more talent a lot more talent than the Giants. So I'm going to pick the Saints beating the Giants in this game.
Yeah, I also have the Saints winning. The Saints really underperformed this year for me. Um, Not really
I
underperformed.
agree. I
Just
agree.
they
I
have
agree
the
with you.
talent that
Be
I
better.
expected better. I expected at least 500. Um, but I mean, shit, they could just
A lot
chalk
of,
it
lot of
up.
injuries.
Yeah,
A
that
lot of
too.
injuries though.
The Giants. That's that's just a whole nother topic. I literally went in on the last show. I don't know if y'all caught it, but the last show I was going in on Daniel Jones, and now,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's just really bad. That's a really
It's not
bad.
all him. I just said like this. It's not all Daniel Jones. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it's just a bad organization. Both the New York teams.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to the next game, we have the Panthers and Eagles, and boy, do I think this is going to be a really good game. Uh, Bryce Young, last game, man, that boy got his confidence. I don't know what. I think that benching knocked the chip off his shoulder, and he's coming. I see them upsetting the Eagles, and that's my take. I see them coming in, upsetting the Eagles, and trying to get that stain off their name, man. I see them trying to kick this team in the mouth and get that stain off their name.
Well, I mean, Bryce Young, I'm just glad that he's playing well because they were really trying to like just move him on, and the Panthers just sit there and say, "Oh no, we wasn't trying to get rid of. No, y'all
No,
was trying to get rid
bullshit.
of him. Yes, y'all was trying to get rid of him
They were in
because y'all
panic
been
mode
yeah, it's a panic mode. We're gonna
because of
get
the
rid of him.
trade.
Yes, and it was all about oh we're gonna, and then the guy you put in is like oh it's not all Bryce Young, right? Yeah, maybe we need to start coaching better. Yes, and now he's playing like with the potential as you took him was he number one, right?
Yep.
So now he's playing. He's supposed to be playing. With that said, I don't see them beating the Eagles right now. I think Saquon Barkley is on a record-setting pace. I think it's one of those years we're going to see actually a record that's been standing for a long time. I think it's
Mr.
going to be the
Eric
rushing
Dickerson.
record. Yeah, it's going to be broke this year by Saquon Barkley. I'm hoping, knock on wood, stays healthy and breaks that record.
The
'Cause
stats
I
that
like to
I
see
was
it break.
seeing, he's on pace to actually tie with it with these last 5 games. With how it breaks down, like if the average, what I was counting and
Yeah.
calculating is he's literally about to tie with it. So
Yes.
I honestly would love to see it broken. I was present when Brady set his record in Tampa Bay versus the Bears for believe it was most completed passes or touchdowns, one of the two. I'm not too sure which one it was, but just being able to witness that was awesome.
We seen Brady. I think he set a touchdown record one time, yards record. Yeah, he set a lot, but it would be like yeah, a record like the Eric Dickerson records has been standing for I don't know how many years.
Yep.
Would be fun to watch.
All right, so moving on to the next game, we got the Browns and the Steelers. I'll go ahead and let you open up with this one.
I'm gonna pick the Steelers on this one. I do think Jameis Winston is probably the better quarterback right now. Now that Deshaun Watson's out, I hope he gets better and hope he comes back 100%. But I do think Jameis Winston,
Stay away
in the
from those
loss,
massage parlors.
yeah, Deshaun, you need to stay away from those things. Well, and then like Jameis Winston, you know, he always could sling the ball. Like that was no problem. Like even in Denver the other day, he threw for 400 yards, right? But then, three interceptions, two pick sixes, right? So it's kind of like if Jameis can get to the point where he's protecting that ball and he's not just throwing a lot of picks, then you can win with Jameis.
Yeah.
But with that said, it is a rival game. It's a division game, so I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh at home because I do think the snow helped Cleveland beat Pittsburgh last week, or the last time they played,
Yeah.
I should say.
Yeah.
And I think Pittsburgh is gonna have the home field advantage, and I think they're gonna, um, eke it out. Close game though. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a close game though.
Yeah, I also have the Steelers winning. That defense looks too good. Um, TJ Watt's on a tear again.
Wow, unbelievable.
And to be completely honest, if they stay on this pace, I see them making a deep playoff run. Steelers are good. They do have a
They
Houdini.
they have the
They do have a
they do
Houdini for
have the Houdini.
quarterback, but yeah, I see them making a deep playoff run. If they can transition more towards Justin Fields into those playoff runs, because the whole reason why he's not starting right now is because they have a contingency pick with the Bears. If they play Justin Fields more than 60% of the snaps, they give us a
Mm,
fourth and not a sixth.
that's
So that's a lot of
that's a
the
good.
reason
That's
why
a
I
good.
think that they're not starting Justin Fields, because if you look at the throws that Russell Wilson is throwing, he's throwing a go up and get it the ball. I mean, he's trusting his receivers, he's throwing them up there. And if you really ask me, anyone that has confidence in their receivers can throw those balls because they know it's just a lob, go up and get it. And George Pickens has been making some amazing catches for him.
That's his archetype.
Yep.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray.
Amen. But that we'll get on to that because we got that team coming up
Yeah.
here soon. Um, So yeah, I got the Steelers taking this. That defense is going to be hard to overcome for Jameis. Um,
I agree.
yeah. So moving on, we got the Raiders and the Bucks. I'll take over on this
Hmm.
one. I see obviously the Bucks taking it. Raiders that quarterback situation they have, man, is just an issue. It's a real
It's weird.
issue. Garoppolo, you should have known wasn't the call a couple years ago. Now, yeah, I don't even know who you have Minshew at quarterback. Uh,
O'Connell.
O'Connell, like man, I just feel bad for Brock Bowers. The Raiders are just showing that they're still the Raiders, no matter what city they're in. They're still gonna be the Raiders. And the Bucks, they horrible loss, horrible loss.
Mhm.
Um, Baker needs to get his head out of his ass,
He
and
needs to put it up there a lot
yeah,
of times.
yeah, and but yeah, I still see the Bucks coming out. Mike Evans is only gonna get healthier and healthier. He looked good last week. He looked a little
He did.
stiff, but I mean, he's getting older. He's getting up there in age. What's your thoughts on this one?
I'm gonna go with Tampa. Now, I will say it wouldn't surprise me. Oakland's one of those teams. Like they're one of those teams that like if you run into them any given Sunday, it could beat you.
Yeah,
You know, they're just one of those weird like I don't know. They're a good football team. I'm not gonna say they're a bad football team. Um, like I said, this is the team I see Shador Sanders coming to next year. But with that said, I'm gonna go
hmm,
with Tampa Bay. Yeah, I think this is the team. But with that said, I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay. I think coming off, Baker just needs to play more consistent. He's a good quarterback, but he just needs to play more consistent. And it seems like when he plays bad, he plays bad. Like
yeah,
it's not like oh, Baker played mediocre but still put. No, it's
yeah,
like Baker's bad. He's bad.
yep.
When he's good, he's good, and he has the weapons. He has the coach. Franchises,
He has the support
some
he
decent
needs.
franchise. Yes, he has everything he needs, and they paid him, so he's the franchise quarterback. It depends on how Baker plays, but I got Tampa Bay beating the Raiders by a small margin.
Okay, okay. All right, so moving on to the next game we have the Jags and Titans. Um, I see the Titans winning. Um, but the real thing I want to talk about here is that nasty hit on Trevor Lawrence last week. That was the
Yeah.
most disgusting shit I've ever seen. Um, and like I said, excuse my language, but that really upset me, and that's not even my quarterback. And I get it. He's a quarterback. He turned
You
into
don't
a
want to see that,
runner,
man.
but he's not Justin Fields. He's not Lamar Jackson. When you see this guy running, you know he's gonna slide. He's not gonna put his head down and dive forward or try and shoulder check you. He's gonna go down and slide. He's not that big body. I mean, yes, he is on the bigger frame, but he's not that runner to risk his body. So the fact that you led with your shoulder, you led with your forearm, you hit him in the head with the forearm, the head bounced off the turf. It was just a horrible hit. I do not recommend people going and watching it, especially if we have kids watching. Do not go and watch that.
Wow. Well, I saw it too. I got Tennessee winning this game. Yeah, that hit was, it would be different if it was a different player. Uh,
Yeah,
as a doing this, and I just think that I mean, I know everybody's gonna say, well, it's hard to kind of stop yourself in air, but you gotta understand, like you said, the quarterback's gonna slide, and you can't launch yourself towards a guy or expecting, he's gonna probably slide, and so he launched
we're having technical issues.
here with Travis Hunter. So I'm hoping he stays in the really stays in, um enjoy having somebody like Tennessee to win the game, though.
Got you. Tennessee winning this game. So
Yes.
next we have Seahawks and the Cardinals. Boy, oh boy, Kyler Murray. Sir, throw the damn ball. And I'm not saying like throw it up there, but give your receiver a chance, man. You have one of the greatest rookie talents on your team, and Rome Odunze on the Bears is looking better than Marvin Harrison Jr. And that's no shots at Rome Odunze or Marvin Harrison.
No,
That's just showing that when you have confidence in your rookie receivers, they're gonna go up and make a play, man. Like especially when that man's father is who he is. Like, and it's not drawing nothing away from what Junior's done. It's just like, what's the point of getting that? Like, what's the point? Like of not even trying to utilize your weapons. I-
Mm.
It's bad, man. It's bad. I don't
So he got
know.
winning the matchup.
I have Seattle winning. Um Gino needs to get his head out of his ass. Uh
Another guy.
yeah. Uh cause he won comeback player of the year. Next year underperformed. This year underperforming. What are they? They are 75. So they're over 500, but it's just underwhelming. Um
It's like Baker. It's like Baker.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, another fallback to Baker. Um,
yes.
and then them losing what's his name, running back. Excuse me. Um, Walker.
You talking about Walker? Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Kenneth Walker. That that really hurt them. But yeah, they need to figure it out, bro. They want to do anything in this division because this is a division game. They want to do anything in this wild card or try and get to a wild card spot. They need to pick it up. They need to pick it up. And the Cardinals, yeah, they're just something else.
I'm also picking Seattle. Um, I think they got the better defense. And when you're facing a guy who does not even there are receivers in the NFL that George Pickens. The reason why he didn't live up to expectations his first 3 years is because he didn't have that quarterback that trusted him and threw the ball up. And I'm not saying you throw it up in double coverage or anything like
No,
that. But, Mike Evans is not a guy who beats you down the field with that, but he's 6'5". He knows how to position his body.
Keenan
You throw the
Allen's
ball up.
another example
Keenan
of that.
Keenan Allen. You got a lot of guys that are just
Stephon Diggs. Well, Stephon Diggs will
yeah,
burn you deep, but he's got them quick
yeah. But
cuts.
they got they got the strong hands.
Steve
Go
Smith
up and get
Sr.
the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anybody like a lot of these guys that are just they're not. These are 4'5", 4'6" guys in their 40s, but got that 40-inch vertical or that catch radius that Marvin Harrison Jr. has, and you're not throwing the ball to him. And then we know you're not because you pretty much said it.
Yep.
Like, hey, it's not my job to force feed him. No, dude. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It is. And nobody's telling you to throw it in deep double coverage or anything like that. But give the man a chance. Like you said, I mean, Pickens is just going up. And I mean, Russell's throwing those moon balls and he's getting them, he's grabbing them.
Yep.
That's what he does. Dude, Marvin Harrison has the same skill set. Probably considered a little faster.
Yeah.
So throw the ball up. He's got that 12, 15-foot radius of a catch, whatever it is.
Utilize
Throw the
it.
ball up, Kyler. Yeah, utilize it. So I got Seattle winning the game based on Kyler Murray not doing what he's supposed to do as a quarterback. So I think they got a better defense. So I think they're gonna beat the Cardinals.
Next, we got a nice little matchup: the Bills versus the Rams. I obviously have the Bills winning this one. This is another team just on a heat roll. Josh Allen is my MVP pick, and
Oh,
yeah,
you didn't bring him up. You didn't bring.
Josh
I
Allen.
brought him up.
From 1 week to the next, Josh
Yep.
Allen is my. Woo! That handoff. Woo!
Yo,
AFL, y'all do anything and take anything from this show today? I want y'all to go and look at the Bills versus the who was it last week?
it was
Ah shit.
I can't think.
Anyways, Josh Adams throws the ball on the little receiver screen, gets ate up.
Mhm.
Receiver gets hugged. Josh Adams coming around, and the receiver tells him, well, he tells the reporters, well, it looked like he wanted the ball. Dude laterals the ball back to Josh. Josh, in snow, by the way, it's snowing, manages a hard step cut and dives for the pylon, hits the pylon, and scores the most beautiful touchdown I've ever seen. It was crazy. From a quarterback as well. Like, I'm just receiver, running back doing that. All right, cool. Quarterback diving, full on photo moment, like Kodak picture moment, like click, click. Awesome game, man.
I'm gonna go with the Bills. Also, I think Josh Allen is almost like a cheat code right now. Like, if no, I mean, you think about it. Like, okay, for some reason they think Lamar Jackson can't throw the ball or some
Which
or
is,
accurate or whatever, right? Which is kind of weird to me, right?
we'll get into that in another
But
show, another episode.
yeah, that's another episode, right? But then you get this Josh Allen, and it's like, can he throw from the pocket? Yes. Can he run it? Yes. He can do all that. Does he have power when he runs it? Yes. And the reason I had him as an MVP is because I had questions. When they took Diggs away, and it was the other guy on the other side of him. Was it Davis? Was it Gabe Davis?
Gabe Davis, yes sir.
Yeah, they took Davis away. I was thinking, oof, like they taking all his weapons away. And I guess the franchise was looking like, hey, we're gonna hit the reset button. We gave you all this money. You need to step up and be the quarterback thought you were. I mean, he is, and he's outperforming my expectations. But to me, this year was the biggest question mark for Josh Allen, and he's proven it, and he's done way better than I thought he's gonna do. I think he's my MVP. I said that 2 weeks ago or whatever it was, and I don't see that changing. So I'm going with the Bills.
Yep. All right, on to the next game. Can I get a moment of silence for this next game? Because we finally did it. We finally fired incompetent Matt Eberflus. And boy, oh boy, did this need to happen. 6 weeks in a row. 6 weeks in a row, I've been tormented to statistically 1 to like 1 point, what is it? 1 in 1
You,
millionth chance of something happening.
you're a Bears fan. You've been tormented for
And the
years.
damn 1 in 1 million chance thing happens, man. 6 weeks in a row. Get blocked by the Packers. Lose to the Patriots. Only put up 3 points against the Patriots. Lose to lose to the Vikings in overtime. And then lose to Detroit last week in the most incompetent,
That
no
was
quarterback. I mean, no head coach could ever make that decision. Man, I could have made the call. I could have made that call, man. Oh,
yeah, that yeah.
I'm not trying to leak off from the last game. We'll talk about this one. I still have the Bears winning against the Niners. Fuck the Niners. Excuse my language. I'll bleep that out. F the Niners. They're in a way worse boat than what we are. Um, and I think Thomas Brown comes out and shows that he deserves a shot at the Bears head coaching spot. Which I don't think will happen. I think he'll stay as OC, which he's looking really good. But yeah, the Bears will take this one. Caleb Williams, even with these horrible losses, he's the reason why we're staying in these games. He's developing through this up and down roller coaster ride that he's on. He's still looking better week by week. And he's already broken the Bears rookie franchise for most passing yards, which wasn't really hard. It was like 2,025 yards, or that's what he's currently at. But yeah, I got the Bears beating the Niners. What's your thoughts on this one?
I'm gonna go with the Bears. Then, like I said before, the Niners are tired. everybody's hurt, beat up on IR. It's just one of those waste seasons where you just say, hey, you know what? We're not gonna probably make the playoffs. Let's hit the reset button. Let's rest up. Come back more hungry next year. Yeah, Eberflus. You know,
Incompetence is the only word that comes to
it,
mind.
I would have fired him right after that press conference. Like he wouldn't have got on the plane. I'd be like, look, man, here's your ticket. You go coach, flying coach somewhere. We already got your bags packed because that was he looked lost when it happened. He was like looking around,
Bro, there's so
like
many memes going around, like
yeah,
the
it was
wheel in his
horrible.
head. Oh my lord, it
But
was.
but coming out of that, I'm gonna say this though, and I'm not blaming Caleb, and I'm not gonna ever because on that it's just a different situation. But this is what I'm talking about though. What are we teaching these quarterbacks? Why didn't Caleb? And this is not my singling out Caleb because I'm sure this is off across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't he have with his wide receivers 2 plays that he can call?
Exactly.
That's like we're doing this. Or if I'm Caleb, and I'm not like I said, I'm not trying to blame because it's not him. I'm calling a timeout any damn way.
Yep. And see, and
You know what I mean?
I coached that up to rookie mistakes, but
No,
I do hold
yeah,
that on him.
I
Maybe
do a little bit.
because the fact that one, how do you not get the timeout count from your coach with the timeout before where you wasted a timeout? You
But
wasted a
that's what I'm
timeout
saying.
on a delay of game, so you're gonna get that delay of game, and then you're gonna come into the coach and be like, first thing, all right, how many timeouts we got left? All right, cool, foul, like,
And I agree with you. And that's what I'm saying. You're telling me he's getting 1 play at a time. He's not getting 2 play. Like, okay, Caleb, we're in this situation. Okay, here's 2 plays.
in my
Right?
honest
We're gonna
opinion
do it.
too. I don't mean to cut you off, but my honest opinion
Yeah,
on that too is he should have, and this is on him. He should have ran the damn play that they called. If it was gonna work
that's
or
what I'm
not,
saying.
you should have ran the damn play that then. And to go back into your point where you're saying he should have 2 plays. He was trying to call something.
He should have.
He was trying
No,
to
no,
call
but,
something, and his receivers were
but,
like, "What are you
but
calling?"
that's what I'm saying. Caleb, that's like where you need to be like, hey, during practice, we're gonna have 2 plays we're gonna go to in those
Yep.
situations. I'm not bragging about Belichick,
No.
but I'm gonna tell you something. Bill Belichick, this is the stuff he coaches. This is why those teams are always good because he coaches. He coached for every single situation, and that's where a lot of coaches miss the point. It's the little small details, and I don't want to. We can go on. Like I guess it could be another episode. We'll talk
Yeah.
about it. But yeah, that was bad. One of the worst things I've seen.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and move on to the next game we got. We have the Chargers and Chiefs. I'll let you open up with this one.
I got the Chargers winning this game actually. Um, I don't. I had Josh Allen as my MVP pick, but Justin Herbert is playing good football. I mean, you got Harbaugh now with his coach. I like how they run a kind of a ball control, clock control type offense. And if you're gonna beat the Chiefs, you beat the Chiefs by not giving the ball to Patrick Mahomes. I think the defense is good enough to at least slow the Chiefs down.
Yeah.
But if the Chargers are able to play the offense they've been playing, which is ball control, run the ball, misdirection, type offense, play action, get Justin Herbert moving and stuff like that. I really believe that they can upset the Chiefs this year. Not to say this year because they play them twice, but this week I think they're gonna upset the Chiefs.
I got you. And yeah, the only way I see that happening is you said it, possession of the ball. If they can keep the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands, I mean, we've seen it. The only way he really does win is if you give him time at the end. And
Yeah, he's
yeah,
one of the
Pat,
best at it.
I still have the Chiefs winning this one. Patrick Mahomes was my MVP. But just watching that Bills game, Josh Allen's is on a tear. Uh, But yeah, I have the Chiefs winning. Travis Kelsey gets 2 touchdowns. I'll call it. I got
I
money
hope
line.
so.
I got money line on that. So,
Oh
um,
well, fantasy football. So,
yeah, fantasy football for you too.
well, I'm my bad. Save it for next week, Travis. I need you next week. I'm on bye week, so save it for next week. You don't have to do nothing this week.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the laughing stock game of the week is and it's not against the Bengals. The Bengals and the Cowboys.
Oh, we're playing, kind of.
Kind of, yeah. This is just for the fans, man. Nothing against the organization. The organization has its problems, but we make fun of this thing just to piss off the fans. I have the Bengals beating this sorry Cowgirls team. Um, yeah, Jamar and Joe Burrow just look crazy together. You mix in that backfield with Mixon. Uh, yeah, it's a GG. That Dallas D line, it's not holding up like it used to. Micah Parsons pretty much has been non-existent this year. He's worried about too many podcasts. Might as well hop on with us.
Yeah, hey, we're with open arms,
Hey,
sir.
yeah, you can come and defend your Cowboys all you want.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll go back and forth, man. Nah, but
yeah.
back to this. I do have the Bengals winning. Cowboys right now just they're on a rebuild, man. No matter how much they want to say it, they're hitting rebuild. Um, so I see them not putting up a fight and just trying to, I mean, take placement in the draft this year. Get a nice higher draft pick. Get themselves a quarterback. Try and trade Dak away. Because there are teams out there right now that will take Dak with that contract.
Yeah.
Honestly, him in another organization. I think is a really good move. I think that would be the best thing to save his career is to get him out of Dallas. But will he do that? I'm not sure. It's looking more and more like it. He's watching the game from the press box now instead of on the sideline with your team. But yeah, I have the Bengals winning. What's your thoughts?
Man, I might have to go like this, man, because I have actually the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh no!
Yeah, I like.
The
I know,
upset.
like, I know that. Yeah, I know, like, we're supposed to be kind of, but I gotta see it. I gotta call it how I see it because I'm gonna tell you why though.
Yeah, give me your thoughts.
Um,
'Cause I do not see this offense being able to outperform both these offenses. You know what I mean?
okay. Well, first of all, Joe Burrow. I need Joe Burrow for next week, so maybe I'm trying to. But no, that offensive line from the Bengals is awful.
Yeah.
It is bad. Okay. Now I know you're probably saying like, oh, okay, how the Bengals has been playing. Uh, yeah, they look unstoppable, and I know you got Chase but man, I do not trust that offensive line, and I think the defensive line from Dallas, even though it's playing bad, it could cause a lot of problems for the Bengals because their offensive line is just that bad.
Yeah.
And and I mean, think about it. But here's another thing too, though. Look at how Cooper Rush plays, right? Okay, Bengals defense is playing like trash. Also, okay, it's not their strong point right now.
Yeah.
They really can't rush the passer. They really can't stop the throw. And can't stop the run. So I can also see a situation where Cooper Rush is playing what we're talking about with Patrick Mahomes, keep away. With how bad that defense is playing, I think the Dallas Cowboys is gonna
Upset them.
be able to upset them. Yes, I
Okay.
see that.
I can see that. I can see that argument.
That's we gotta keep it unbiased. It can't
Yeah,
just
no,
be
no,
always
no.
unbiased. Yeah,
No, I get that. And
I no
mine's
no
not
no.
and my thing's not even biased. I just see
Oh no yeah
The
yeah.
Cowboys choking up.
And I'm not saying that for to keep it unbiased sake. Trust me, if y'all lose every game for the next 10 years, I'll be happy. But I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys. But I see this is a type of game where Dallas is at home, which means nothing. But as we've seen this year, it means nothing that they're at home. But I just think the matchup style of it can see Dallas coming away with this game. I think I actually see Dallas coming away with this game.
Okay. Okay. I like that.
I
I
had to
like
put
that.
my I had to put my hood of sorrow on
Yeah.
because I didn't want to say that
I
shit.
didn't
But
think they saw that. Here, I put the screen on if you want to show him again. He put the
yeah,
he
man,
sh-
I had to put that hood of sorrow,
he
man.
put
I
his
didn't
head
want to
down
say
and
this.
everything.
I didn't want to say this. You know what I mean? But yeah, yeah, I got Dallas winning that game.
Well, alrighty, guys. That was today's podcast. I hope y'all liked it. Sorry for our other host. He wasn't here today. He's dealing with other things going on. But yeah, so I hope y'all like what y'all saw today. If y'all could do us a favor, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. You'll be doing us the world of favor. Yeah, go ahead and let it on out, Kenny.
I
Lead them out.
appreciate y'all I appreciate y'all for tuning in today. Pretty exciting, topics today. Some of the games that we looking at today, and some upsets. I think some of us picked, especially the last one we just picked.
Yeah, that was a
But
doozy.
yeah, just keep coming in. We're gonna try to improve the channel and everything. This is very new. I'm gonna keep saying that until we get it down. So appreciate it, and I hope everybody has a good day or a good night whenever time you listen to this.
Alrighty, y'all. Peace.
All right, peace.